So, guys, good afternoon. Today, we're going to talk about how do you get, easier access to land in an interview. And I don't know how many organization leaders or, the HR managers are experiencing this. Because you post a vacancy maybe on your Facebook page, you maybe post it wherever else you're posting it, maybe Skill Diaries, maybe the newspaper and or whichever maybe your website. However, have you experienced this where you have people who send an application like this? Now, and I will talk mostly on Facebook, and it can also relate to other online application. If you are going to, really desire to have a job with someone, I will ask you to please take some basic notes today and maybe on things that you can actually use to better or present yourself better. At this point here, no one haven't seen your face unless they go to your Facebook page. But could you imagine you are applying for a vacancy and you're competing with many others right now, especially during this COVID period where many people would have been laid off and looking for a job. And you're going to send an application into, this company and say that, what are your work experience? Me, myself, me, your education, University of Ghana. Some are saying, oh, Harvard, university, or they say some other university that they belong to. Or and when you ask, okay, could you provide a copy of your certificate? Oh, I've never attended there. So why did you put that? That's misleading. Are you honest? And I mean, from that point there, do you really think that someone will call you in for an interview? So look at your application, start here and be honest in what you are saying about yourself. You are competing with many others for this vacancy. Okay, and say exactly who you are, fill the form exactly what it's asking you for. And now that maybe you got the form correctly and you're back to, the part of maybe writing an application. Because just not applying it online and wishing and hoping something would happen out with it. I would suggest that you even handwrite a next application and mail it in or drop it yourself in to that company and then follow up. Show your interest that you are interested in working with this company. Do some research so that you understand where you're applying to. Because what it tells is that you're not really serious about wanting this job. Okay. And when you're maybe your manager to be see something like that, people would not call you for an interview. Now, as you maybe draft your application, get someone to proofread it. Some companies, even if you missed one word or you misspelled or something along that line, grammar maybe, they would just disqualify you right there. You might not even hear back anything about your application. Now, get someone to proofread it so that it sounds really professional. Okay, and follow up. Call in the persons, ask, I've applied for this vacancy. Is there any feedback on my application? And make sure that you are checking your emails. I found that people, provide their email or their contact information. You're calling them for an interview, would not even answer their phone, right? Or you maybe send some companies I know would send different maybe steps for them to follow. So maybe see, like for us, we will send maybe a DISC report that you need to click on a website, complete your DISC assessment, get that report and forward it back to the person within 24 hours. Now, if you're not checking your email and you miss that mark of 24 hours, you have just disqualified yourself. And companies use these things as a deselection process. If you did not do what was asked at that beginning point there, you have just missed your chance of landing that interview. Now that you see that they have asked you to maybe answer some questions or do the assessment and respond within the time frame, the 24 hours, or if it is a day or more than a day, or maybe 5 hours. I'm not sure what is the time frame, but whatever is asked of you, do it. That shows that you are interested. This shows that also you are a person that will keep your time. Okay, and you can be counted on. Now, when you go through that process, you responded, and as I said, they're calling you now for an interview, and sure, you answer your phone, or even if you did not answer, return the call and get feedback as to what was being called for. Show genuine interest that you want this job. Okay, and then now that you have been called in for the interview, make sure that you show up on time. I would suggest, in my opinion, come at least 15 to 20 minutes even earlier. Now, there are some companies you are 1 minute late, they will right away, you have been deselected because you were late. What do you think you're telling that employer of you? That if I hire you, that you're going to be late for my work. And nobody wants that, right? And so if you're going to go for the interview, make sure that you are there 15, 20 minutes. Maybe you have to pass through security. Maybe they have some form or something you might need to fill. Just go through so that you are there on time in cases of any of those things. It also speaks volume to your employer. And now that you also are going for this interview, ensure that you are dressed properly. Okay, dress professionally, dress for the job, that they see that you are, somebody who is presentable. For the guys, them shave your beard, cut your hair, the ladies too. Just think about fully groomed and a well-groomed person presenting themselves in a professional manner. And when you are in the interview, please, when you sit, also your body language tells a lot. If you're not interested, and that alone too will also disqualify you from even getting an opportunity to be somebody who will be selected for that job. So when you sit, don't fold your hands. Folding your hands tells that person that you are really not interested in what they're saying. Okay, or some of the guys, when they sit, their butt maybe almost half off the chair, you're kind of like slouching into the chair, and it looks like if you're disengaged. Okay, so look at carefully of how you're sitting. Sit with the intent of that you're interested, and keep eye contact with the person that is asking the question. Answer the questions exactly as they ask, and don't try to be dishonest. People will find you out. So be careful with that. Be honest. If a question is asked of you and you don't know, maybe you've never experienced it, or you have no idea of what, what that felt like, or what that means for if you had experienced it. What you can do is say something along the line that, if I ever experience this is what I will do. Okay, so you show that you are a critical thinker, and this is what you have a plan, and it speaks volume. So guys, those are just some few pointers that can help you land an interview. Look at what you are writing from the beginning, because that's where your first impression starts. And first impression are always lasting ones. Remember that. And many of the organization leaders are looking for good people, right? And if you can demonstrate you're good from the beginning, it's not likely you're going to reach to the next stage or the next stage. So follow those simple little steps. If you need more information, please do comment, share this video with anyone who can benefit from it, and also like it. And you can also comment if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.